Hey guys, Tanna here with my very first 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross video. Like many of you, I'm really excited for the global launch of 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross and patiently waiting for it. We finally have our date announced, which is on the 3rd of March 2020, which is in about 3 weeks time. Anyway, I don't think I did a great job at waiting because I downloaded the game in JP 2 weeks back to start exploring a little, and I really just mean a little. I only found some time last week to meddle with the game a little bit more and try to understand the game better. Needless to say, the game has a lot to offer that I don't really know what I'm doing most of the time because of the language barrier, and I don't want to spend too much time translating them. Knowing some Japanese definitely helps, but it's obviously not enough. Anyway, this video is my first impression and somewhat a short review on the game. For those of you who are interested in the game but do not want to spend the time downloading and playing the non-global version, I got you covered. Wait a second, Tanner, why is your game in landscape? Okay guys, let me explain how I do it. Okay, first of all, I'm using LD Player. Have been using it a long time when it was great and when Nox filled itself with tons of bloatware. These days, LD Player seems like it's kind of following the same suit as the rest of the emulators with tons of ads and stuff. Anyway, for LD Player, let's go to the settings. Okay, settings right here. Okay, on the top right. Okay, go to settings and then just go to basic. Okay, because you're basic, and lock landscape right here, enable, disable. So just enable it, save it, done. That's all you need to do. It's that simple. Okay, and for Nox, go to the settings right here on the top right corner again, and then look for interface settings right here, which is at the fourth one. What's that? Okay, interface, and then there's a landscape mode, and then just click save settings and you're done. I actually haven't tried on Nox. As you can see, there's like nothing here. I have not been using Nox for a long time, so feel free to try it. Okay, just wanting to boot up BlueStacks takes a long time because I don't know why is there another update since I last used BlueStack, and now they have to reinstall everything again. But we are done. So okay, for BlueStacks, I can't seem to find the lock landscape mode. They have a landscape mode and portrait mode. This one might work, but I honestly doubt it. So the closest thing I can find is toggle full screen, which I don't know if it works. So for you BlueStacks user, maybe just try it, or I don't know, maybe just download that app for BlueStacks. But otherwise, natively for LD Player and probably Nox, you can actually do it without downloading any software, any apps to do that rotation thing. So let me know in the comments below if there's any way to do it without downloading any app, like how I do it on my LD Player. I only tested on LD Player, so it's really easy and fast free, no downloads required since you can do it natively as mentioned in LD Player. Okay, so back to the first impressions. Okay, so if you're a fan of 7 Deadly Sins or a fan of anime or a gacha gamer in general, definitely give this game a try. The first thing that caught my attention is this game has a very high production value. It also has really good graphics. The story is based on the anime itself, which is amazing. I highly recommend that you watch the anime first before playing. You can of course play without watching the anime since it follows the story really closely. As far as I can tell from the cutscenes, it feels like rewatching the anime in 3D art style, which I'm loving it so far. On top of that, there are a lot of side quests which the anime did not touch on. It's really nice to see more of the world, which makes it feel more alive. Okay, the game is vertical, supposedly, unlike most gacha games which is horizontal. As a player, I like it vertical, but for making videos, I'm kind of used to it being horizontal. So I guess I'll alternate between portrait and landscape depending on which is actually better for the videos that I'm making. The cutscenes are fully voice acted. Story follows closely to the anime as mentioned, and there are a ton of cutscenes, like a lot. The dialogue outside of cutscenes are not fully voice acted however, which is fine since the cutscenes itself makes up for the lack of it. And again, there are a lot of dialogues in the game. Music is top notch and matches whatever the game is at, so it's really immersive whenever you play the game. And then the characters are all in 3D, unlike their 2D anime counterpart, which I'm personally loving the art style so far. Okay, moving on to the gameplay. Okay, interestingly, your home screen or your main page is actually the inn itself, which you can run around, okay, and do a bunch of things like talk to them, and yeah, there's a lot of things you can do which I will not go into now. Okay, for now let's just clean the table. Okay, so whenever you reach a new chapter, you unlock a new character. Okay, right now I unlock Ban. Okay, Elizabeth is from the beginning with Meliodas. Okay, Diane, and finally King. King is the latest addition, so they have their roles to play in the inn. So Ban, who does the cooking. King, who helps you out with by combining awakening materials like your books and stones. And then Diane helps you with gear related matters like how you usually dismantle gear for mats in other gachas. And of course, the most important person is Elizabeth, who will greet you the first time whenever you log in the day, who also gives you your daily rewards and whatever rewards for the week. You can actually run around in the world, which is very refreshing and feels like you're in the game world. It's a lot more interactive than other gacha games that I've played so far, which is basically in the main menu and combat. Okay, what's more fun than running in a town as Serpent, Sin of Envy, Diane from the Giant Clan? There are a bunch of destructible environments such as barrels and also chests to open throughout the world in the Id and in town, which contains gold and materials. Okay, next up we talk about questing. Okay, there's actually auto quest function. Okay, whenever you click on the quest, it will actually bring you there. So example, I click on this one right here, it will actually bring you to the quest itself, which is really neat. Okay, so click on the quest and it will bring you to the location and do it. Very straightforward and idiot proof. Okay, so let's start. So if it requires you to go to town to do certain things like collecting stuff, and then it will just bring you there. If it's combat, it will bring you to the combat screen, and then finally you do the combat, you know, right off the whenever you click it. Okay, definitely good for players who often get lost while questing, not knowing where to go next. So it's really newbie friendly. And the problem is I can't. Okay, and then you can actually do it by itself. There's a lot of dialogues while questing too. I obviously skip most of it since they're in Japanese, but I'm looking forward to reading everything when it launches in global. There are also a lot of non-combat quests like looking for items, doing quests for NPCs, and going back and forth to complete the quest line. May not be for everyone, but I appreciate the change of pace and questing style. Reminds me a little bit of MMORPG quests, except there's actually auto quest. Okay, so like many gacha games, there are actually auto combat system. As you can see right here, it's in 2x speed. Okay, so the game actually has auto repeat function, which is one of my favorite part of this game, where you can actually use the auto repeat. Okay, you can just toggle here, there's actually settings. You can actually let the game run by itself, so no clicking repeat every run, or worse, forgetting to use your stamina or energy. It just keeps going if you have the energy to do it. So in this case, it's actually keys. You actually have 10 keys, so you can actually like set how many times you want to do the runs or until it runs out. Okay, it just keeps going, stocking up whatever resources you wanted. Okay, next, the dailies actually seems relatively easy and doesn't take too much time to complete since you actually use the auto combat and also auto repeat function. As I mentioned, some of the dailies actually require you to cook as well, which is pretty interesting, and also upgrade your gear. You know, the usual dailies in gacha. The only one problem I had with the dailies is actually the daily raid. I think it's the one with Gota. Okay, I'm not really sure what's the fastest way to do that, but right now it seems like it takes a long time to actually trigger the raid, which I might just skip for now. I'm probably gonna do all the daily raids in when global launches. So another quality of life add-on is that they have a timer to daily reset right here. Okay, 16 hours and 18 minutes, which I hope that all gacha would actually have it. I mean, it's quite a simple function, yet it makes a difference for players like us. So as mentioned, they actually have cooking. I personally like cooking and recipe stuff, though it's not very in-depth in this game, but it provides buff which can make a difference in playing. Okay, now let's talk about the core gameplay of the game, which is combat. Okay, so this is like the preparation before the combat. You can actually bring 3 characters instead of the usual 5, and then there's one sub here. So usually there's like 5 characters, and then you bring a friend unit, but right here your friend unit can occupy any of your main or sub space. So let's go ahead and check out the combat. Okay, so this is a combat right here. It just looks really nice. Everything like 3D environment, 3D enemies, everything is in 3D. So they uses cuts and certain strategy is actually needed. It does not use the typical 1 skill per unit per turn, but a maximum of 3 skills per unit per turn. So you can actually like say, for example, you might just want to do like, you know, okay, wait for the next one. Okay, look at how they actually combine. 2 1-star card will combine to a 2-star card, and then 2 2-star card will combine to a 3-star card. So you can actually let King go like 2 times if you want, and then Estarossa won't get a turn because there's no Estarossa card. So you can actually do this as well, like manual, and then you combine. So you can actually manually combine the cards, which is right here, but it actually takes a turn. So it might actually be a better idea if you just, like, say example, you just click on this skill and then they just combine automatically, which you save a turn, and then the skills actually level up, which is pretty neat. So ultimately you have to decide if it's worth actually doing the combination of cards, or you know, just do it automatically. So when you do it manually like this, they actually blocks out one of the cards. See right here? Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna reset. So this is the ulti, and then you're gonna do this, and then you can actually heal. So you can actually play around with the skills that you need at a point of time. And the combat animation is insanely well done, especially the ultimate abilities. I feel like it's hard to get sick looking at this. I don't know, I played for quite a while, but I still love looking at the animation once in a while, even though I just let it run by itself. But sometimes when they have like crazy animation, even I've seen it like 1,000 times, I don't mind seeing it again. And this is actually like a, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a combined ulti. It's actually Meliodas, but if you pair up with like certain characters, you can actually get like an extra combo kind of ulti. As of PvP, I couldn't do much since I'm pitting against players who have been playing since launch, and my account is only like a week old, but I'm sure it will be a lot better for global since most of us will be starting fresh. And finally, the most important aspect of gacha games itself, the gacha. Okay, the gacha rates is 3% for SSR, which is pretty standard these days. For many people who play games like Summoner's War, FGO, and Epic 7, that is actually a lot. On the other hand, people who play games like Dokkan and Azraelin would think this is actually really low. So yeah, it depends on where you're coming from. You can't really compare them like that. So it's like case by case basis. So I don't know why the insane luck I have while trying out this game. You know, I kind of like, you know, reroll, I think just 1 or 2 times to see how the rerolling process is. It's actually really simple. So I actually gotten green Meliodas from the tutorial pool, and also gotten red Estarossa, which I believe the green one is OP, but whatever, just testing the game. And finally I gotten another rainbow from doing daily pool, even though it's Blue Matrona Dian. I think this is the one, but she's really doing really good in my team so far. Okay, so they also have a discounted daily pools of 1 diamond instead of 3. So 1 pools is actually 3 diamond in this game, and 10 pool costs 30 diamonds, which you can do a lot as free to play since the game is super generous. As long as you play daily, I would say you get to pull about 8 to 10 multis a month if you actually, you know, play the game, clear the dailies, and do your PvP. Okay, strangely they do have a lot of banners which uses different tickets, which can be confusing for starters. Okay, let me just get on with this summon, which I don't think I gotten anything good. I mean, it's daily, so it's just 1 pool. So if you got anything nice, then it's good. But yep, you know how the summon rates are. Okay, so just for example, there's this Estarossa banner, then there's like this many banners after this. Like, I don't even know what banners are they, but I'm pretty sure they all have a part to play. Okay, so I don't really have the ticket, but for this you can probably pull this daily to get, you know, to stack up your SSR unit. And I have one of these, which I don't know what is all this about. And I believe you get a SSR guaranteed ticket every week. So let's just try and see what I will get in this video. Oh, that is pretty sick. Okay. Okay, so usually I think for SSR they have like a rainbow text, but this is yellow right here. But we already know this is a guaranteed SSR, so the animation I still don't really understand. How is it like when do you actually get SSR unit, or I don't know. Okay, this is Bun. I don't think there's like any really good Bun so far in global, but probably they have it in JP. Okay, so this is Bun. Okay, it's a guaranteed SSR, so this is it. Okay, so I mentioned every 7 days you actually get an SSR ticket, which is actually pretty nuts. Imagine getting a 5-star unit every week in Summoner's War for free, or in Grand Blue, or simply any gacha you play. I mean, this game is actually pretty generous for free-to-play players. Even if they are limited to a pool of SSR, the dupes actually give you coins to buy Coin Shop SSR, which is some of the best units in the game you can get for free if you play long enough. Okay, so right here in Coin Shop, where King is, I believe Gacha, it's actually like right now the top tier SSR unit which you can get only in the coin shop, and he's one of the best. So you just have to wait like every week for the rotation, and then you can get Gacha at a discounted rate of only 5 what is this? Platinum coin, I think. Okay, so yeah, 5 rainbow coins you can get Gacha, and there are a bunch of other units you can get as well. It's the Demon Meliodas, Merlin, King, Dian, and Escano. Okay, so right now Escano is actually on discount. Okay, so overall I'm really excited for this game to release in global, and we'll continue working hard to understand the game better, so when it releases in global I can start making guides for you guys to watch and grow together. And that's all for today, and this video definitely took longer than expected. I don't even know why, and I'm glad I finally did it. It's tempting to keep adding stuff, but I decided to keep it short. Imagine how long the video would be if I say this is actually short. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and sticking throughout. Subscribe for future 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross videos like this video, and comment below what do you think of the game so far. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.